Is SAFUU a safe investment? Hey guys, this is Dumb Crypto here, and in this channel we try to dumb everything down and make it easy for you guys to understand. So let's dive straight into looking at SAFUU. So SAFUU has one of the highest APY right now in crypto area, about 383,000%. And then they are mentioning that they are low risk because of this insurance fund. I definitely wouldn't count any of this investment like SAFUU, TITANO, or LIBERO to be low risk. So we scroll down and take a look at some of the finer details. We can see like, okay, they got like this insurance fund, the fire pit to burn the token, pretty standard stuff in this area of crypto. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And if we take a look at the tokenomics, we can see like the buy, they have a 14%, and sell have a 16% slippage. So basically you're going to lose 14% and 16%. So if you're going to get in and out, you're going to lose 30% straight off. And among the LIBERO, SAFUU, and TITANO, this is very standard stuff, and if you guys didn't watch my previous videos, I think this 14 and 16% usually classified as the buy and sell tax, and believe that this buy and sell tax is quite beneficial for the system or this project because it's trying to keep people in the system instead of coming in and out quickly, just making a quick profit, because they want to incentivize people to hold this token for the long run and to give the project some longevity. So if we scroll down, we can see like, okay, they're going to give like 4% return to the liquidity, all this standard stuff, like it goes to the treasury and then it gets burned. Like a lot of this is just the standard stuff, quite similar between TITANO and LIBERO. It's just that like the percentage just change. So if we come down here, we can see like they start comparing between SAFUU, TITANO, and LIBERO. And if you're considering which one of these you should put your money in, so let's take a look. So if we see like SAFUU has the highest APY among all these three, I wouldn't put too much weight on this because I think the APY it has some correlation with how risky the project is. So SAFUU being one of the highest is probably indicative of it being one of the riskier project, where because it's higher risk, so the payout is higher, and like TITANO is lower. So I would assume like between SAFUU and TITANO will be a much lower risk project, but your returns are much lower as well. So we see like SAFUU comparing to TITANO and LIBERO, like the burn, the insurance fund, the liquidity, and all this stuff they compare between the different projects. But from my own experience, I know that like these comparisons are not very accurate, because actually TITANO and LIBERO, they actually have a burn as well. They might not be an automatic burn, but they do have a manual burn. So you shouldn't really rely on this comparison to make your financial decisions, because like this table is trying to make SAFUU look better between their competitors. So if we go to SAFUU's price chart, we can see like SAFUU's price chart is looking pretty decent. Like it did have like this big spike and then it came down, but it's like trending sideways and slowly climbing back up in the past few weeks or the past few days. And then if you take a look at their competitors like LIBERO and TITANO, look at LIBERO. Like LIBERO is like went up and then went down, and it's like now it's on a massive downtrend. So if you want to know more about LIBERO, you can see my previous video. I talked about LIBERO and whether it's a good time to enter LIBERO. And then if we take a look at TITANO price action, we can see like TITANO is also on a slight downtrend, not as bad as LIBERO, but is going down as well. So SAFUU's chart looks pretty decent, but I wouldn't jump in straight away just because the price is going up, because if you buy in at a higher price, your risk in the project is higher, because obviously you're buying at a way higher price, so your risk is way higher. So just because the graph looks good, I wouldn't jump in straight away to invest in SAFUU. But I would say among the three graphs, SAFUU looks like the more solid investment just based on the graph. So the next thing we should look at is the market cap. So if you take a look at the market cap, SAFUU's market cap is 140 million. It's by no means like small or very large, but it's quite comparable to TITANO. You can see TITANO is about 180 million. So if we take a look here, like SAFUU's market cap is 140 million, but if you look at the fully diluted market cap, you can see like this number here is like a massive number. This number is indicative of how much inflation there is in this SAFUU ecosystem. Like this SAFUU ecosystem has so much inflation that this number is so massive. So while SAFUU's price chart looks really good, but whether they can combat the inflation or not, because a lot of these projects, they always have the issue of having these very high rebases, but they are not able to combat the inflation because they keep giving out rebases. So sometimes, like some of these projects, for example, like Titano, they're trying to get their own decentralized exchange up so that they can like get the fee and then they can start burning more of their tokens and then try to solve this inflation problem. So between like SAFUU, Libero, and Titano, like even though they have like this tax system where you buy and sell, you have to pay a penalty, and then for a whale tax, like all this is still not enough to combat the inflation. So now if we go to this website called Scam Sniper, this website has this honeypot check system. Is actually like trying to check whether there's sufficient liquidity on the pancake swap, and you can see like there's enough liquidity. So if we go to this website BS check, we can scroll down and then we can take a look at the liquidity pool info. We can see like the liquidity pool info is locked at 76.69%, where this website is recommending above 95%. And if we go over to the white paper, we can scroll down and then we can take a look. You can take a look at this part where they say the owners are able to update the pancake swap pair address and liquidity address and treasury address and the insurance fund address and the 5-pit address anytime. So they probably can change the address anytime and shift the funds around. And then if we go to another website called Token Sniffer, you can see like that there's this automated edit. It has a score of like 25 over 100. It's just a score. You shouldn't rely on it too highly, but you can see they are saying that the buy fee is way too high, the sell fee is way too high. But across the Titano and Libero, some of their fees are comparable or even higher than SAFUU. And then if you scroll down, you can see like they're also recommending at least 95% of the liquidity burn or locked, but they only got like 74% locked. And then if we go over to their website where they talk about their APY, we can see like they're illustrating that the APY, if you invest, is going to go straight up. But obviously, you know, this is not the case because the underlying token, the SAFUU token, will fluctuate. So how much you get is actually, even though it is getting rebases, but the rebases have to take into consideration of how much the underlying token is worth when you convert back into USD. And then you can see like they're illustrating that, if you got $1,000 on day one, by the end of the year, you got like 3 million. Obviously, you know, this is not realistic because of the inflation and the rebases, and then the underlying token would not keep going up or stay the same. So if we go back to the price chart of SAFUU, you can see that since the 2 weeks and the recent days, it's been slowly trending back up. So I wouldn't jump in straight away into SAFUU because I don't like to buy on the high. I want to buy when it's low so that my risk is lower. But comparing between the price chart of Libero and Titano, you can see like Libero and Titano, they have much larger fluctuation than SAFUU. So I would definitely speculate that maybe the holders of Titano and Libero, they are probably coming in and out of the project quite fast. They're not long-term holders compared to the people in SAFUU. So I would probably make a wild guess and speculate that the holders of SAFUU and the SAFUU community might be quite a close-knitted one, and they definitely like believe in the SAFUU project strongly compared to Libero and Titano. SAFUU is one of the projects that I would definitely invest in. I will buy once there's a drop, and I'll make a video about it showing my financial journey and me buying SAFUU so that I can put my money where my mouth is. So if you like the video, please give the channel a thumbs up and please subscribe so that it does help the channel to grow.